Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Lydia Gathoni, the manager RPA for Jubilee Insurance. I think it's clear that Jubilee has invested a lot of money in digital transformation and more so in robotics. The umbrella term robotics really gives off some type of worry and some type of excitement among many people. You'd meet someone and tell them Jubilee is doing robotics, and someone either will be shocked that you have robots, or they'll be excited. They want to know more about what you want to do. So today I want to focus on software robots, which is just basically RPA, Robotic Process Automation, which are software robots, which is a technology that automates manual, repetitive processes that mimic human behavior without really changing the underlying IT structure. The insurance industry, as we have all agreed and as has everyone spoken about, it's very data intensive. From the point of customer coming to us to the point of us paying out the claims, we process a lot of documents, and most of these documents are multiple pages. And apart from that, the submitted documents like IDs, KRA pins that we need to confirm for the customer before we do any process. We have many challenges in the insurance industry. As mentioned, number one, data intensive. And just to give out a few numbers, approximately we receive 3,500 proposals per month from customers for them to be onboarded to us. And when it comes to claims, we receive about 12,000 claims per month or more. So you can imagine the amount of data we have to process for every customer per month, which also leads to the second challenge of facing error prone, since it's humans who are doing these things. It is prone to errors from the data entry, processing of this data, which can lead to a lot of inconsistencies, and a lot of errors. And again, we have process delays, which also lead to overall inefficiencies. And most times you'll find that in most cases, most customers will not proceed with the process because of delays during onboarding. What are the traditional solutions that most organizations go for? We go for hiring for more people to manage these challenges. But I introduced to you RPA, and I'll go through a case of Jubilee Insurance by focusing on 3 core insurance processes which just cover up a whole insurance. We'll start with customer onboarding. This is the point where the customer comes to us and they need a policy. It involves acquiring, verifying customers' data, setting up their accounts, and issuing out their policies. Here we get so much data that we need to verify, which can take up to 3 days for the onboarding and underwriting bit. We have now RPA in place where the bots are able to extract data using optical character recognition or intelligent document processing and verify this data against the submitted data, do the KYC while onboarding these customers' data onto our core applications, all in a span of minutes, and be able to go to the point of issuing a policy. The second bit of the process is policy servicing, and this just involves how we are managing you as a customer throughout your process of being with us as an insurance. So there's the managing of the policy, updating of existing policies, renewals, endorsements, and the continuous customer engagements that we have to work with you throughout your stay with us as an insurance. Here we have a whole department of people who are supposed to do this, who are supposed to collect your premiums, allocate them to your own policies. If you have any updates to your policy, there's a person who's supposed to do that. And again, inefficiencies, inconsistencies, and also errors, which are bound to happen throughout the process. RPA is able to take all this up and also assist in the customer engagements where when it comes to your specific data, we're able even to do customer targeted marketing to you, just to tell you you can purchase this, you can take a loan against your policy, and you can be able to process that again in a few minutes. The last bit is the claim processing, and I'm very excited about Maxwell, who's really taken us through a whole bit on that. So this involves assessing, validating, and settling your insurance claims as filed by you, the policyholder. This is a place where it is a very fertile ground for fraud, because this is money out from the organization. And so we have very many fraud cases, especially in the claim processing bit, and we have very there's no really transparency in how most people assess the claims before we do a payout to you. And so RPA is able to come there using AI, as Maxwell has explained to us, just to assess your data, assess your documents against what we had agreed with the policy terms, and ensure that we're able to pay you in this stated amount of time. At Jubilee, based on what we've been able to do, these are the realized benefits we've been able to see since we began exploring on the RPA. At Jubilee, when we started doing task-based automation when we were starting out, we were able to do just a bit of the automation of your whole process. Like we'll automate only your KYC checks, so the bot will take over your KYC processes, or the bot will take over reconciliations for the finance. But right now, we've been able to explore end-to-end automation processes, and we've been able to realize a number of benefits. So far as Jubilee, we've been able to see over 50,000 man-hours saved. And man-hours is just really the reduction of hours that the bot is able to take up from the human. If I, as the human, used to take up 6 hours to do a process, and the bot can take up about 3 minutes, I've saved you as a human almost 6 hours of your time. And so we've been able to calculate and see over 50,000 man-hours saved. We've also been able to see over 200,000 USD in cost hours saved. It just includes the operational cost, the cost of new hires, and the overall operational expenses within the organization. We've been able also to realize an increase of up to 44% of NPS scores and the customer satisfaction. With improved efficiencies and the reduced TATs, we're able to see really our customers really being satisfied with our services, and the NPS has been able to shoot since we started exploring RPA and the transformation as a whole. Also, we've seen a 48% increase in back office productivity, which has released most of our employees to focus on other strategic initiatives and innovative ideas. So we have a quote, a robot for every employee, where we are encouraging our employees to find out what a robot can take up from their day-to-day work and be able to develop that on their own. So we've been able to have even things like citizen developer trainings. We don't have to go through the whole process of being an RPA developer, but you can develop a small task of your day-to-day and become even way more innovative to think about other innovative things around your day-to-day work. So what is the next level automation by Jubilee Insurance? What are we looking at, and what is the future of where we're looking at when it comes to robotics and transformation? We're focusing on 3 main areas. We have the hyper-automation, where the future of this RPA lies in the integration with AI and ML, where we get to the bots to the point of it's not just rule-based, but it's able to learn from what we give it. It's able to learn from the data, integrating ML, and it's able to process unstructured data, just as Maxwell has talked about, customer emails, handwritten documents, and make more complex decisions. We also have cognitive RPA, and I'll give an example of what we're looking at. Customer service. With cognitive RPA, I'm able to train a bot to be able to analyze the data, to understand context, and also in case there are any inquiries, it's able to categorize, and if there are any complex inquiries, it's able to send to any human agent who might be able to solve it. So also we have predictive analytics, which are a very powerful place we're looking at. Predictive analytics basically just involves predicting future outcomes based on the historical data. So once we combine AI and predictive analytics and RPA, we're able to analyze vast amounts of data, be able to identify patterns, predict trends, and you can even predict this number of customers may drop out and not take up a policy, or these customers are maybe are not able to maybe stay with us throughout the whole policy term based on trends and patterns on their data. So this will just enable us as a company to make data-driven decisions and also optimize business operations. In conclusion, RPA is really not just about automating processes and improving operations. It's also a catalyst for transformation, which will enable insurers to be able to compete competitively in the ever-changing digital world. Thank you so much.